They're like everyone in that's like a fight fan is just lucky that Loma is not going to jail and like all these other lighter boxers are. Can you imagine that, bro? You're just in your cell or in the showers. The one minute he's like chatting to you, next thing he's just in you. You're like, what the fuck? How'd you get there?
How did you get there?
I was just thinking about the lighter weights and everyone's like in jail and I'm like, for
He's in the same weight class.
I don't know. They're all in jail though. Everyone's in jail.
Now let's get lively. Gather round, let's sort the buyers from the spies, the needy from the greedy, and those who trust me from those who don't. Eddie Murphy! Fuck you!
Get the fuck out of here. Man, you fight with nobody.
Best of all time, and before time was even created.
Follow me home. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. Don't be scared, homie.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Oh my god, dude, this is an MMA fight, dude.
Twist that dick.
Twist this dick.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed time for the thousands and attendants and the millions watching along at home. This is the Eggplant Tornado Podcast, the fight podcast for the common man, coming at you live out of Garden Disaster Studios. With me as always, and with that brand new Big Mike energy, is the Griff. How you doing this week, buddy?
Biggest mic energy. Doing pretty well. This thing arrived early. Studio upgrade. Stoked on it, really.
I'm sure if anybody's like listening, watching right now, you can hear the difference in between our voices. So, our third co-host and me are going to have one of these in a couple of weeks. And speaking of third co-host, prediction wizard himself and a being made of pure logic, Rumi. How you doing this week, buddy?
Oh, yeah, a bit rooted, but we're fucking trudging along, Ned. We're trudging along. We're fucking here. We're alive.
Fuck me, it's been a large couple of days, hasn't it, man?
It's been rough.
Had to pull a Sunday because, you know, we had the pour yesterday and then did that. And that went quicker than expected, but it was still a kind of a day. Just literally on your feet, moving for fucking 8 hours straight.
In the like 40 degree.
In the 40 degree heat.
Yeah.
Bro, it was one of those things. It was like we both said we got up this morning and didn't feel it really until you stepped out of bed this morning and then your whole body just wanted to fucking fall back down. Just zero energy all day.
Fuck that.
And then it was another fucking 35 degree day again today.
I was tired yesterday, but like I was laying in bed at like probably 6:30, just like trying to fall asleep. Just felt fucked. But woke up this morning and Ned messages me. He's like, oh, I'm leaving in a couple of minutes. I was like, bro, fucking hold off like 10:15. I'm fucking feeling it this morning.
Oh, fuck it hell. So excuse us if the energy isn't up today, but I'm sure you'll counteract us for that.
The energy's here. Fucking, I'm right here.
Well, you've got all the energy, so why don't you
Good
fucking keep it steaming along and let everybody know what we got going on for the week.
Oh, before I do that, Ned, I'll fucking just ask the people. Hit the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Why can I never just remember Spotify or Apple? I think it's because I don't use them for the podcast, really.
Yeah.
Get behind them. Do whatever you can on them platforms to help us. It helps us help you enjoy yourselves.
Shout out specifically to the dude on YouTube. Did you see this comment? It was on one of like the last comment that we got. I woke up this morning to a comment of some dude saying like, I have zero idea what you guys talk about, but I liked and subscribed because I want to hear more.
Yeah, that dude's a beast. That dude is a beast.
100%, man. That just made me laugh so much. I'm confused, but keep going.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck's happening, but I love it.
Yeah, he's probably not the only one that doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about. Sometimes we get so far away from the topic that we're meant to be talking about.
I never know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's that. A real short, believe it or not.
It's going to be extremely short.
Not much news in the world. Well, in the combat sports world. We'll roll into the breakdown of the UFC on the weekend. Johnny Bones versus
Holy shit.
Gane.
What a beast.
Fuck no, the GOAT.
I mean,
Bah.
I think he should take Derek Lewis's nickname.
Black Beast.
Yeah. The way he just mauled that naturally bigger, muscular man.
It was a massive mismatch. Like I had a good feeling he was just going to grab a hold of him, take him down pretty much straight away. But I was like, oh, not that easy.
Straight away.
And easy.
Yeah.
Like, he made it legitimately look as easy as possible.
Silgan looked like a toddler on the weekend, but we'll get into that.
Tim Tszuyu versus Harrison. What's Harrison's first name?
Tony
Harrison.
Yeah,
So Tim Tszuyu versus Tony Harrison. That is That's on Sunday.
Sunday.
But don't we have a fight during the week?
We do have a fight during the week. Brock Jarvis is headlining a card tomorrow night on No Limit.
All right. Who's he fighting?
Some guy.
Okay.
Some cab driver to get him back in the rankings after he got absolutely splattered by Liam Parrow.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it's Liam Parrow. Hope your recovery's going well.
Yeah, shout out, dude. He's a beast. Just training and sparring shit with a fucking fractured face.
Animal.
Beast mode. So yeah, Brock Jarvis fights on. Who really cares? No one. Maybe Jeff Fennick, I guess. Makes me care a little bit more. Not a great deal.
Just a little bit.
A tiny bit.
Just care because Jeff cares.
Yeah. Someone's got to. And no, not Jeff Horn. I don't care what he cares about.
We're not talking about you, Jeff. Calm down.
Care about you getting your ass to Sydney.
Yeah. He's probably going to be here for the fight. I haven't heard from him yet.
It's true, actually. He might be. God, please tell me he's not commentating that shit.
I mean...
It's only a Kudos Bank. We can go wait outside if you like, Griff.
Just after. We'll just
we'll
if we hear him on commentary, we're off.
Yeah,
100%.
we'll just head straight in.
Yeah.
Wait out the front.
It's got to be. As soon as we just hear him on commentary, we're like, yeah, I'm heading in the city.
Yep.
This bitch cunt's here and didn't even get in touch.
Well, he hasn't. I definitely made it pretty serious that I was like, it's funny and all, but like I'm serious about it.
And he agreed.
Yeah, so I don't really know. But Tim Tszuyu going to get it done, I can imagine, against...
You can imagine.
What's Harrison's first name again?
Tony.
Tony Harrison. There you
Yeah,
go.
good fight.
Yeah.
Tony's a legit contender, but if Timmy's on game, he will mop the floor with his cunt.
Probably the most technically skilled boxer that Zeus faced to date, I'd say. Out of all of his competition, it's probably his first real big step up.
Yeah.
Behind Charlo, who he's meant to
Yeah,
fight.
he was meant to verse Charlo. But then,
Technically, this is a harder matchup than Charlo.
Well, yeah, this is the only man to have beaten Charlo.
well, I mean, we're gonna
So-
get into that
That's fucking...
as the show goes on. So, I mean, you can give me more of an update on Toby Harrison then. After that, just an exciting little UFC fight night. Just a fun little one.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot going on there, isn't there?
I mean, the main's pretty good fight. Then the rest is just all shits and gigs, really. But
Yeah.
that's like, what the fuck's better than shits and gigs? Nothing.
What else do we do here?
Shit a lot.
Some of them stories are even believe it or not.
I mean,
The man making the switch. We all know, you know who I'm talking about there, Griff.
I know exactly what you're talking about. The animal.
Don't know if you can believe that.
Himself.
And then we got, someone rising from the dead. So I guess it could be.
It could be. I mean, it's up to you people. Believe it or not.
You're not wrong. Maybe we can slap them and believe it or not, Ned.
I was about to say then, speaking of. Like I said, we've only got literally 2 stories for it this week. So, Loma and Haney are in Vegas May 20 for all the lightweight belts.
Good fight.
Who do you got?
I don't know. It's not a fight where like either man's going to come forward and be looking like on the offense. They're both boxer counter punches.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be a real tight chess match.
I give Loma the advantage just on skill and like ability to like maneuver Haney around.
I feel he's got the advantage with the footwork.
Yeah.
Haney's got the advantage with the reach.
And probably like the strength and size. You
Yeah,
gotta
he's the-
imagine.
Yeah, he's the naturally bigger man, that's for sure.
But, you know,
Yeah, but Loma stood toe to toe a lot of the fight with Lopez, who I would say hits harder than Haney.
Yeah. Gotta imagine. Look at.
Well, his record says that.
And I mean,
Knocked out more people than
well,
Haney.
yeah.
I
but
mean, you can
who's he
also
been
sort of
fighting?
say by proxy as well that Lopez wasn't on his game or whatever when he fought Kambosos and managed to knock him down in the 10th after getting the shit kicked out of him for fucking 9 rounds straight. And then Haney punched Kambosos' head in for 24 rounds and he didn't even look like he was going to hit the canvas once. I
Yeah,
mean,
there
maybe
was no
once
real
or
point.
twice, especially in that second fight, man. You made the point that like he pretty much did nothing but let his right hand go in that second fight. And Kambosos
Yeah.
didn't take a backward step.
I feel like it's because he copped a lot in the first fight about just jabbing and hugging.
Yeah.
And hugging. So in the second fight, he was like, okay, I'm just going to fucking cross this dude's face apart. But
Got
yeah,
it.
he never really looked in massive trouble.
You can do damage. If you hit the same spot 100 times, you're going to cut it open. It doesn't mean that there's any power behind that shot.
No, well, a cut can come just by like missing a shot nearly and like grazing the skin.
Hmm.
Like, you know, a cut can come from anything, really.
And what you notice as well is his pad sessions. They're not, when he punches, it's what's called like a recoil shot. The way that he hits pads, he'll like just hit it kind of thing with his crosses, with all of his hooks and stuff like that. So it sounds loud, but it's just because of the ricochet effect of the shot. It's designed as like it's designed for his fight mechanic in the sense that like when he throws a jab or throws a cross, he's instantly hitting and moving back. It's always on that like sort of TikTok defense kind of shit. But you'll notice that other people who actually hit hard will just be following. Like watch somebody like AJ do pads. He just goes through them. He doesn't throw shots like that. If you get what, like, you sort of get what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you learn in boxing. You learn, or like in kickboxing as well. Like you kick through shit. You never like kick at it, and like, you know, it's like it's cool for like the theater side of things, like letting it the crack and shit. But
like, don't get me wrong, we don't live in a universe where if someone was to just stand there and cop a fucking flush hook from him, they wouldn't get knocked out, kind of thing. But in the process of a fight, when there's adrenaline and everything happening, it just doesn't seem like he has the power to knock anybody who has a really substantial like chin or fucking technical ability behind them down or out.
Yeah,
He's knocked a few people out, but
you don't see people attacking him. Like, you don't see people willingly wanting to stand there and cop a shot off him. Like, he must have enough.
Diaz.
He must have enough. Yeah, but like you put
Homer
any
Simpson.
Yeah.
Like, you put any Mexican in with anybody, they all only know one way: come forward, sit on your chest,
Exactly.
throw shots, take shots to land shots.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're about. Like, I don't see many people, like, Kambosos could have went and sat on Haney's chest in that second fight.
He really could have, yeah.
Like, I don't see people wanting to do that with him. Like, he must have enough snap on his shot, like, for people to think, like, fuck, I gotta stay on here, and like, I can't get fucking too complacent, because if he tags me, it could fucking put me out.
He doesn't have like power. He's got speed and precision, which translates to power
He's got that
because
snap on his shot.
the snap, and he can sort of like he can sort of just move backwards and crack you with a hook kind of thing. He has that technicality to be able to do that.
He does snap people's, like, you'll see him jab. He must have a stiff jab, because you'll
I think
see
his
people
jab
like,
was probably his best punch.
it's like stiff.
That's the one that he like. That's really the only punch that he throws his whole body behind. Everything else is like a snap. All of his hooks and all that, but his jab, he'll actually stick his whole body out and use his whole length and step into it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'm keen to see how he deals with Loma's like combination punching.
Yeah, and being, like the
And, like,
ability to get in, out, around.
Yeah, like his ability to like land two, step around, land the third, and then like be behind you before you know it. Or like, you know, he started off in front, thrown fucking the left hook and stepped around, thrown it again, and then he jumps back to the right. Like, before you know it, he was there. Now he's back over here.
They're like, everyone in that's like a fight fan is just lucky that Loma is not going to jail, and like all these other lighter boxers are. Can you imagine that, bro? You're just in your cell or in the showers. The one minute he's like chatting to you, next thing he's just in you. You're like, what the fuck? How'd you get there?
How did you get there?
I was just thinking about the lighter weights, and everyone's like in jail, and I'm like, for
He's in the same weight class.
I don't know. They're all in jail though. Everyone's in jail. Everyone's locked up. But then Froob said something about him just getting behind someone without, you know, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be a dangerous situation.
Oh my god. Oh, that's such a disturbing visual. Anyway. It's a good point. Because like
The jail one?
the cutting angles one.
Get inside you one. Good point.
Nobody nobody moves like that. How do you replicate that in sparring? Unless you get a robot and fucking be like, fight like exactly like Lomachenko with his movements and aggression and brain and
like if you just reprogram Bivol.
Yeah.
to be
Just put a new
have-
chip in his back.
yeah, because like let's be real,
Took some of the extenders out of his legs.
Lomachenko's a robot as well.
Yeah.
Like so I reckon they just switched the fucking
Bit of
programming over.
Music's a cyborg because he's got
Bit-
like a little
bit
bit
of
of
the
human
Matrix
personality.
Sending him in.
Yeah. What are we even talking about?
I have no fucking idea.
Lomachenko versus Haney.
Yeah.
Also,
Fucking hell.
how bad, or how hard should I say is the weight cut going to be for Haney?
Yeah, well, he looked
This is interesting.
real bad last time. Like last time out, he looked about to die.
Yeah, before the Kambosos fight, he didn't look.
Yeah,
on
the second
scale.
one.
Everyone was saying, like, remember, like, when they did the weight cut and then, like, Kambosos and his dad were all, like, they were all yelling back and forth kind of shit. And Haney was standing there, like, smiling. Wasn't really saying anything. Everyone was like, oh, man, he's so confident and he's so this and that. And I'm like, he's not capable of speaking. If he speaks, all of his blood's going to rush to the wrong part of his body and he's going to pass the fuck out.
Well, it's like that video I showed you on the weekend of like the
Yes.
weight cut. I'm not going to mention much more about it, but
Mhm.
like, yeah, you can tell. Like being that depleted, you just don't even have the energy to like walk in front of someone. Essentially,
No.
you're just like, oh my god, please go first, so I don't have to fucking fall down these steps. So, I mean, how much can you recover within the day? Like, sure, you're like rehydrate and everything, but if your body's in the state of like death, yeah, you can't have 100% energy.
Especially when you're fighting someone that doesn't cut anything.
No, that's his like natural weight to fight at, and he's only like
Well, Loma's
small.
come up like 2 divisions or something.
Started at
since he
126. So you can
I thought he's
imagine.
bulking a bit probably for it.
No, in the sense that, like, he's probably, like, this was probably his walk around weight when he was fighting at 126 and he was cutting.
So, like, yeah,
Okay.
it's probably just like his walk around weight, like what he's at just about all the time.
You can imagine it's
His
like.
dad's real smart too, so he'd have him well adjusted to that weight.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a fun fight. I kind of give Loma the edge, just like maybe 60-40.
Yeah. That's also how I would go with it, just for pure experience. I seen a point the other day on Facebook that was really great because everybody's sort of been sitting there saying, like, man, Loma's past his prime and he's done this and he's done that. It's like, Floyd beat Manny at fucking 40 whatever years old. Or like he beat a lot of his top competition while he was much older than them. So did Manny. So did a bunch of other fucking people that were older than Lomachenko when they did it. Like,
Yeah.
why does him being 34? It's like it's
Not that
bullshit
old
because they
either,
say
really.
that fucking Lomachenko is past his prime at 34 and Bud's past his prime at 35, but Canelo's in his prime at 32. How does that work? So is Canelo going to be not in his prime in 2 years
I
if
feel
he's
like
still knocking the fuck out of everybody in the division?
I feel like the prime windows from like 30 to like 35. They reckon, but like who's to say what the prime window is for? Like each person's probably got a different prime.
It's due to the individual. It's not due to a fucking set period of time.
No.
Some people start, like, Canelo started professionally boxing at like 15.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys now are starting like a lot younger.
Well, like if anything, Canelo's probably like rounding out to like the end of his prime because of how early he started.
Nearly exactly. He's had nearly 60 pro fights or something like that, or more than 60 pro fights. 64?
I'm not sure how many he's had now.
He's had a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of Manny, did he make Believe It or Not?
Oh yeah. Fuck me.
So disappointed.
I messaged Connor. Yeah.
Connor, what are you doing? You're wasting your fucking time. You're wasting everyone's fucking time. And this is not the way to gain anyone's respect back at all. No one is going to fucking, especially like the first point to fucking make is the fact that you're going to fight somebody who notoriously fights with no drug testing. That's a real fucking smart idea after you've had all of this controversy put on top of you, isn't it?
Does Manny do that?
Yeah? Explain for him.
Manny fought Keith Thurman with no drug testing involved in that. That was for a world title too, I'm pretty sure.
He does look pretty good for his age.
Like, bro, he wound back the clock in that Thurman fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thurman looked
He was
older than Manny in that fight, and Thurman's only like late 30s
It
or
was
something
like
like that.
30-year-old Pacquiao hopping around that ring fucking, like, I'm pretty sure it was the first round, like, bro, feints to throw the right, and just like, like feinted to throw it, and then just like jumped in and fucking just threw it with everything and just put Thurman straight on the deck. Like, he
Love it.
fucking, he wound back the clock.
Well,
I don't even think he took roids for that fight, man. I think he went and seen some shaman deep in the fucking jungle, engaged in some black magic, and stole Keith Thurman's life force over 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Have you seen Keith Thurman now? He looks 68 years old.
You reckon Manny fucking
Suck the life out of him, bro.
Pacquiao started off at like 100 and fucking.
He's an 8-weight world champion.
He started off at like 115, 112 pounds, maybe, I don't know, 118, somewhere down there, and like now he's a welterweight. You seen the carbs on that cunt?
There is not that
Massive.
much nutrition. Unless literally every family in the Philippines conspired to give all of their nutritional value to the fucking Pacquiao household, there is still no way that he would be that fucking big.
that is interesting though. That Ben's real adamant about that fight. I did send him a message, and I just sent him a message saying, "Please don't kill Manny." That.
Why? Oh, please don't kill Manny. I thought you said, please don't kill me. I was like, what? Why? Well, probably after that.
Like, as I said to you, Ned, he doesn't, like, Ben's got nowhere to go, really. Like,
We did have this discussion the other day.
he got all the
Yeah,
belts.
the Eubank fight fell through.
Yeah,
That's
and-
gone.
You got all the belts are tied up between fucking Spence and Crawford.
Yeah, which isn't going to happen.
And then you've got anybody outside of that who's in any position to make it somewhere for a title won't want to fight Ben
No.
because of what's just happened and his
Yeah.
high risk, low reward.
Well, he came out going after Spence,
Yeah, like,
but
if,
like nothing came from it. So you
Yeah.
can tell that Spence was just like,
and like if anyone under them chooses to fight Ben and he sparks them the fuck out, they lose their opportunity to fight for a title.
yeah.
Like, there's nothing to gain from fighting Connor for anybody near the top of that division.
No, well, especially with that, it hasn't been cleared up properly yet either. Like, it's to a point where it's just like, oh, this organization's okay with it, so I'm just not going to box elsewhere for now.
Exactly. He still can't fight in Britain because the BBOC.
Change your name.
Exactly. Fuck you, cunts. Make it easier.
Like a motorbike when you try that.
So those fuckheads over there in the UK are still saying that he can't fight there, and they haven't cleared him under any of their testing, and they don't accept the WBC's ruling.
Well, that just makes no sense the more I think about it right now. Like, VADA is the test that he failed, right? Which is the fucking testing agency that the WBC use. And the WBC have, like, cleared him.
So it's not like, yeah, Eubanks hired this place.
Yeah, but
And then
then, like,
fuck around with it and shit.
but was also tested by
UCAD.
BBOC and UCAD. So they have the UK anti-doping agency who they go through.
Yeah.
And Ben passed their test. Like the original test back when all this came out, Ben passed the UCAD test but failed the VADA test.
Yeah, right.
So their this is what doesn't make sense. So their tests come back clean. The one through the WBC's come back like negative. But the WBC are allowing him to box. BBOC are stopping him from boxing, even though the failed test that was through the agency that have allowed him to come back to box have said, yeah, you're good, we accept it. Their one said it was good and should have allowed him to box on in the first place, and now they're like, nah, fuck. We believe the other agency, but not the WBC, so you're not going to be allowed to fight. Like, it just doesn't...
So yeah,
That's very
in
fucking convoluted.
reality, the only fight that does make sense
What
is...
the fuck? That makes no sense.
It doesn't. Like, even though I've explained it, you still sit there going, what the fuck?
No, I can't wrap my head around it. But then to me, like, after you say all that, I'm like, oh yeah, he's got to fight a juice to the gills Manny Pacquiao.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know, like, a Manny that can't get sparked out probably beats Conor Ben.
Man,
But-
he just comes in looking like Bane. Just fucking hurts.
Are they both going to come in looking like Bane?
We juicing, boys.
It's just fucking... It's just half Thor Bjornsson with a fucking Manny Pacquiao face mask on.
Me and if we're juicing.
That's the poster.
But, like, I don't
Pacquiao
know.
versus Ben, we be juicing.
We be, yeah. Just both just like juice, bro. Like, just ripped.
Kills.
Like, Manny looks 20 again. Connor looks 14. You're like, what the fuck is happening? I mean, it's the fight everyone wants. I don't want to like
If
I said,
everyone is Conor Ben, yeah.
I slung just like a little message over to Connor. I was just like, please don't kill Manny. Like, just don't. We don't need to see it. You don't need to do it. But like, with your explaining, maybe he does need to do it.
Because the only way he's gonna be allowed to do it, like be allowed to fight, really, is it in Saudi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they'd be paying big dollar to see Pacquiao before he hangs him up.
I reckon
Like,
they'll be paying
they'd be
Pacquiao
paying-
a few extra fucking 100,000 to be like, you and Freddie, you got some shit. He's got some shit to balance out that fucking tweak he's got. Fucking get him fired up. Get him fired up and ready to go. We'll get Connor ready. He's just coming off a cycle.
Yeah, we'll just get his leftover stuff.
They just stay on the cycle.
Wait, here's what we'll do. Climb the Pierce.
I didn't know you were talking about
Pierce.
Ben or McGregor.
Can we talk about Connor?
In what context?
What the fuck is happening with that man?
I don't know.
He looks maybe the worst you could possibly look.
Yeah, why does he keep shaving his facial hair off? It makes him look terrible.
Oh, he looks horrendous.
Yeah.
Is it for the movie?
Maybe. Yeah, that would actually make sense.
That does make a lot of sense. Can we talk about his wife?
Rubbing his chest.
It's super
It
creepy. man.
was so
Weird.
strange, man.
Weird as fuck.
It's just creepy to watch. Like, you're just like, all right, yeah, surely she'll notice and just stop. He's noticed he's on camera, so surely he'll just stop her in a second.
No, you know what's even weirder? Is the fact that it pans out and Jake Gyllenhaal's sitting next to him and he's like...
Also rubbing his chest. You're like, Jake, why are you fucking rubbing that shit? Jake's just fucking over there like, yeah. Why do you think I wore a button up today? I thought one of you was going to come over and rub my chest. Like, I was like, yeah, the boys have my back for sure. Like nothing.
Oh, fuck me dead. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, he needs to
Lay off whatever drugs he's inhaling, injecting.
Him and Chandler apparently come across some beef.
I seen that.
So I don't know much about it at the moment. But
Dana didn't seem happy.
They reckon they were like fine.
Mexican beef or
Nah, not Canelo's beef. He's got that. Canelo's got his stored away.
oh right, sweet.
Yeah, you got to be careful with him. So apparently all throughout filming, it was like pretty cordial type thing.
Mm.
Like it was just sweet until like just 1 week, just a bunch of shit happened, and it just escalated it. So then there was like a lot of tension.
Yeah.
So now I don't know if that's just to build the fight, because like they can have them being all cordial throughout the series, and then like in the last week of film and just be like, oh, spice it up a bit, make the fight entertaining. It promotes the fight.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it's more believable that we live in a universe where Connor said something off color and Chandler lost his shit.
What do you mean about one of his kids? Because they're black?
Probably. You would assume.
I thought that's what you meant by saying off color. But yeah, you got to imagine, like, Connor just says the most outrageous shit. So you got to imagine.
Yeah, Connor does.
Oh, he's a menace. So you got to imagine he said something without the 12 weeks, I think maybe they filmed for.
It's 12 weeks?
It's 8 or 12.
Yeah, something like that.
You got to imagine there's like 16 fighters.
Yeah.
There's no way Connor's keeping the peace for like 16 weeks. I don't give a
Fuck
fuck
no.
who he's with.
No.
Apparently he was drunk one night in the house.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. You got to fucking promote proper 12. Look what it does to you.
Fucking
Fucking hammered.
ages you rapidly
Mm.
and makes you shave your face all the time, so people are like, what the fuck?
Who's that guy? Who the
Who
fuck
the
is that
fuck?
guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah. So yeah, there's who I miss? Podge. Haven't spoke to him in a while.
Fuck, we gotta hear from
Speaking
him
of the Irish. Maybe I'll reach out
Hope
to him
he's
before
listening
in the next
along.
episode.
and doing well.
Yeah. Sure he's just busy with life shit. But what else you got, believe it or not?
Well, probably our last point here. We got Inoue moving up to super bantamweight and fighting Stephen Fulton. This fight will be in Japan. It'll be the 7th of May for the WBC and the WBO titles.
See, my real problem with this whole situation is Top Rank doesn't know how to spell. So they put up a YouTube video today at some stage.
Mm.
And it's like, in a way, I can't even remember the title, but they just misspelt the second word in the title. It's like, no. Fix it.
Something that can be fixed.
Real easily, you like just go into edit that fucking, not just leave it. It's got like 1 million views.
Dude, even just side point, like the entire universe is like that. I was saying today that like just fucking that generation is just like, it's just like all of our fucking parents kind of shit. They just all do the same shit. We listened to the radio this morning and some kind was
I've only
talking
got
about.
one. I've only got one.
Anyway, we were listening to the radio this morning and just how people misname shit and fucking like I just live in some opposite universe where they know everything about a subject but can't remember names for people.
This guy.
Yeah. Or you're just going to roast me right in my face. Is that what we're doing? Sweet.
I don't even know what my point was anymore.
I'm here for it.
Do you know who Stephen Fulton is?
No.
Do you know who Stephen Fulton is?
Not really, no.
I feel less bad. You're like, nah. So dope.
Yeah, well, neither do I really. So
Yeah, fuck him.
he's
Fuck you.
He's going to die, for sure.
obviously the WBC and WBO champion, but he's been calling for this in-away fight for a while.
Just handing away the belts and fucking move on with it.
We're wasting everyone's.
If he comes to fight, he's going to sleep, and if he doesn't come to fight, he's going to run around like that last cunt did against Inouye, and Inouye's going to get to the 11th round, like, fuck this shit, man, and just run over there, knock the cunt out, and be done with it.
Literally run.
Like, straight to him. That's
Yeah.
This is as far as this fight goes.
Full ball fucking sprint.
So yeah, I'd call it gallop at one point. I sent him nay a few times. Instead of giving him water in the sun, giving him hay, like, and get him reared up.
Get him a salt lick in the corner.
Read up and give it to him as all. That happens once a week apparently.
Oh, fuck it up.
But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if Inouye can like carry his power up, which I mean he will.
Only 4 pounds.
Right, which is what
Kilo.
like
2 kilo or something like that, I think.
118 to 122.
yeah. Rest in peace, this other guy.
Mm-hmm. You can imagine he's going to carry his power, but this dude
Go
is like a
knock him
little
the
bit
fuck
more
out,
technical
that's
of a
for
boxer than
Yeah,
the last couple of people he's fought, really. So
yeah. I mean, it's the Inouye fight, so
always going to be exciting.
I'll watch it.
Either fucking way.
Even though it's always on at like a ridiculous time.
Yeah, it's going to be on like a early Tuesday morning or some shit like that.
Yeah,
That's how it always works
Cool.
out.
just don't do that. But it also like it's for your like countrymen and stuff. So I guess do it.
Considering it's on in their country for them, yeah. Make it available for them to see.
No. I mean, like, yeah, do it so it's a good time for them. It'd be like when
This would be like Monday in Japan. It wouldn't be fucking Sunday.
Oh, really? I don't know when Japan time is. That's fucking red hot then.
Mm.
Maybe
I
that's
think
their fight day. I don't
Japan's
fucking
like
know.
9 hours behind us. So there's like not much fucking.
That's like late Sunday night, early Monday morning.
So why are we just getting raw dogged?
I don't fucking know. Maybe everybody is. Japan, fix your shit.
Yeah, Konnichiwa it over this way on a better date.
Well, they brought all the meth and shit over to this country, so they're probably just all up on the gear over there. Yeah, we'll watch the fight.
Fucking that turned sideways quickly. What?
It did. So you,
I know this ain't going to get no airtime over there. They don't believe in it.
that's their meth day, you reckon?
Yeah, meth day's Monday. Monday meth day. Meth day Monday?
Monday? It's a bit
Don't
meth-
tell Tyson.
it's a bit methy on a Monday on
I think so, over in fucking Japan.
fucking hell. Rest in peace,
Oh my
Japan.
God. What have
All
been
meth.
sweating from the heat this episode?
They're all methed out.
Taking
But
a
this,
few turns this episode.
this fucking has. It's gone left, right, and everywhere.
As
Speaking of fucking going everywhere, let's fucking move on. That's the last thing we got for Believe It or Not. And we'll move on to our breakdown of UFC 285. Yeah, Griff's going to be headlining this one because we were at work on Sunday, unfortunately, so we didn't get to watch a lot of the card. We obviously got to see the co-main and the main, obviously. and we'll get to those because those are going to be bigger discussions. But why don't we talk about the couple of fights that you watched on the prelims and then the fights earlier on in the card? I want to ask you about one specifically if you saw it.
Ian Gary. Just a masterpiece.
That was interesting.
He got hit early, dropped
Did
early.
you say who was fighting?
Different. I think it might be a relation.
It's exactly the same.
Nah.
I'm positive it was him.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Song Dong.
I was about to say, Ian Gary didn't get his hands on Yudong?
No, it wasn't Yudong.
Yudong was far away from Ian Gary this weekend?
Yudong was, I feel like maybe back in his pants wherever he came from. I don't know. I don't know where Yudong's from. I don't want to come across racist. So I'm just going to try to steer away from saying where he's from at the moment. But nah, it was someone else for sure.
I'm going to look it up while you explain
look it up.
But he did get knocked down.
Ian Gary, yeah, good striker. Recently trained with Liam Harrison, so you know he's striking. So he's going to be cracking. Got clipped early. I think just being a bit complacent. Came back, you know, rallied a bit. Fucking got through the first, came back. You know, second round's pretty even. I'd probably give it to Gary, and then late in third, just beat this dude's face into oblivion. See this dude's face after the fight?
No, I haven't seen anything of it really.
Ned?
I did not. And no, it wasn't.
Nah, yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't Yudong.
It wasn't, unfortunately. I did see his face after the fight. It was fucking messed up.
He's copping a bit of hate over that.
In what way?
Purely for the fact of like he put a photo up of that dude's face, saying like, "This is what happens when you fight me," and then later he's just yeah.
That is a bit.
No, not even about being arrogant, just about posting his photo.
Well, it's not lying.
Oh.
It did happen from the bloke fighting him.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want him to do? Fucking say this is what happens when you fight someone else.
It's not like Ian just went, "You tell you what to be mad if I just get someone to chuck me their phone while I'm in the octagon here, grab a couple of fucking quick snaps of me boy, I just beat the shit out of, or potentially fractured his eye socket."
Yeah, that'd be weird.
We could have went and took a selfie with the cunt, like, and then posted it. And be like, yeah, I fucking flogged this guy.
Yeah, like then
Like-
he'd be like, "Oh man, why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that?" But like he didn't. He just got a photo off the UFC page or wherever he got it and just posted it. Very good on him. He fucking fuck that dude's face up.
No, he did a good job, man. And like you said, he came back from being knocked down. And then just absolutely fucking... I don't know, he just exploded at one point. That
Yeah,
flying knee was
man.
rough.
He's got good striking, man. I feel like he's like a bit overconfident at the moment though. But he also trains with like pretty high level dudes. He trains with like Gilbert Burns and a couple of other like people that are his weight class, but like higher in the ranks, like ranked like 4th, 5th, and then Gilbert Burns is like 3rd or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, he trains with good people. I don't know. It's like if someone else clips him, they're going to take advantage of it and like probably get on top of him, choke him, or finish him, or because I feel like this other guy wanted it to be more of a striking match.
Yeah, definitely from the highlights that I saw. And you're right, it's one of those things now. It's like being clipped by somebody so early on.
Yeah, and it kind of
Going
shows
into-
like you will go down relatively easy.
Yeah, so people aren't going to be like, yeah, obviously you're still dangerous, but people aren't going to be as worried about going toe to toe with you because they know that if they hit you, that
Yeah.
they'll get the win.
Yeah. And I feel like he comes from like mainly a striking background, so he doesn't have like a great deal of wrestling. Although he like trains with like Gilbert, like I said, so he's got his ground game would be getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun fight. It's gonna be fun to see him work his way up the ranks and see where he can get to. I reckon he'll be a champ next couple of years.
Could be.
He's got like if he just keeps working on his like ground game and tightens up a bit, I'd see him getting there. Cody No Chin Garbrandt.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who he fought. I reckon they kind of just threw him in there, get him a win back. The other guy just didn't throw anything. I watched this fight just because I wanted to
It was
watch.
a late replacement
Yeah, well, I don't know where they found him.
on the street, most likely.
I'm guessing so. And he only threw like 2 punches, but still Garbrandt. Everyone was like saying how good of a performance it was. I'm not that impressed.
Oh, what? Because he did that shitty little fucking Ali step?
Yeah,
Who cares? You're a wanker.
he's a Gronko.
100%.
He had a bit of a nickname. Like, I just already gave you a better one just then.
No chin.
No chin. Fucking, it's fitting. Why no love? It's like fucking. What?
Is it because no one loves you?
I think it is. There's only one man that loved Cody,
Fucking Cody.
and he's
And even
uncle.
then, he's pretty hard pressed doing it sometimes. Fuck.
What?
I just had to keep powering through that sentence.
Oh fuck.
Told you we weren't ready for the shit that I threw. 8 hours in 35-degree heat, and then this cunt's coming out. It's like, get here.
Just bringing it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he
Bringing the heat in studio.
warm in here.
It's fucking warm in here.
Spitting fire.
So does that bring us to the main card?
Yeah, because I stopped watching at that stage. Didn't really watch a great deal of the main cards, to be honest. To watch Valentina, the
One thing I
Valentina
do...
Shevchenko. We'll get into Shevchenko
Yeah.
further on, but
Well, so do you not want to talk about that?
no, yeah, I
fight?
want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it.
Two things I do want to mention. The Bo Nickel fight.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Interestingly, like he won, like obviously, like gets a submission in the first round again, but there's a lot of controversy around that because he threw a knee that afterwards was found to just hit the
hit him
cunt.
in your dong, you reckon?
Hit old mate right in your dome. Like he throws his knee and
Tore it up.
just blatant groin shot, hard as fuck, and the dude drops to the ground, and then he gets him in the submission after that. So now there's a whole lot of controversy around that win.
Dick kick to the chokehold.
But-
Literally right to the dick. Like,
Dude,
like,
it was so like a full force knee to the dick.
yeah, and then just like got him kind of nearly in that guillotine on the way down. That was
Mm.
impressive.
Oh yeah, impressive transition. It's not hard to do when you destroy someone's testicles.
Well, knee sounds impressive. I didn't see it.
Yeah. So I don't know what they'll do with that because it's like up to the ref in that situation to.
If he
stop
says
it.
something about it, I suppose they can make it a no contest, but who knows?
Yeah, I guess.
And Shavkat Rakhmonov
He's a beast.
winning by standing rear naked choke.
And just giving Rogan a hat that he's always wanted. You know, there's like that YouTube animated clip of like Rogan talking about beating off.
Yeah,
And he's like the raccoon hat.
yeah.
That dude gave him one at the end of the fight.
Oh, mad.
And then Rogan's like, I've always wanted one of these. You know what he's doing.
Rogan's just a big kid, bro. We'll get into that later.
The bigger, it's the best.
He fucking loves it so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, did you see highlights of that for me? Apparently the fight was really good. Jeff Neal,
yeah.
Jeff Neal missed weight for the fight and they still got the performance bonus. Dana said literally said you can get fucked if you I don't care if you missed weight, you can get fucked if you think I'm not giving him the performance bonus tonight. That was amazing.
Yeah, right.
So apparently it was just a fucking toe-to-toe slugfest until all of a sudden, Shavkat got him in a fucking standing rear naked choke and literally just bends his body over that way.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Full on put him out too.
Yeah, right. I didn't see any of that.
Was impressive.
I seen fuck all of the card on the weekend.
Pretty fucking scary to see. But let's move on to some things that we did see. Well, we saw the first round and the finish, but you watched it?
Shevchenko.
Mm.
Yeah, she was just off, man. I don't know. Something about her performance. It seemed off.
I said that to Ned when we were watching the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, she seems like tentative here. She doesn't seem to be fighting how she normally fights.
Yeah, she seemed in her own head. Like, usually she's coming out throwing aggressive kicks. You hear, like, her make noise with every kick she throws, usually.
Yeah.
Like that Liam Harrison concept. You know, have you heard him talk about, like, oh, no, when I hit pads and shit, I give it everything I have because if I'm in a fight, I'm not throwing half punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I got to the point where that's what I feel like she fights like. Like, I feel like she just fights at, like, full pace, usually. But there was just none of that. She was just trying to stick behind a jab, moving back.
Yeah, and I seen Grasso tag her with a 1-2. I was like, oh fuck, she does not look good here today at all. And then, yeah, we stopped watching after the first round.
This is the lady that's fought Nunes.
Mm.
And went toe to toe with her and shit. To be like, timid of Grasso. Who, I mean, fuck, she must have a good squeeze on her, man. I think that fight only went into like the second or third round.
That was fourth round.
There you go. But it was the fourth, yeah. Shevchenko got her down in the second, I think, maybe. maybe third, and got her in a crucifix, but like Grasso was able to get out of it relatively easy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, like
It's going to happen again.
Bitch about to die. Yeah, no, she ended up getting out of it, and then got back to the feet. Pretty evenly matched until Shevchenko like went to throw like a lazy strike, and Grasso just like got on her back out of it. Like, yeah, pretty impressive. And then just had like this crazy squeeze on that, to the point where like afterwards there's like photos come out of like Shevchenko's chin, and it's like just like, how much of this poster can we see? So it's like the rest of her face is like the red, the poster there, and then oh fucking hell.
And the rest is white.
And then where she had it locked in is like that white there. Yeah, you had it locked in right there, Ned. You can see the difference. Thank you. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Them's colours.
But yeah, so she must have had
interpretator.
With a little stick like a teacher. Like pointing at it.
Tap it.
This is red. This is white.
She must have had a crazy squeeze going on.
Oh,
But,
dude,
like,
it was fucking intense. Her face looked like a fucking Neapolitan ice cream.
Shevchenko's like trying to push the choke off her chin, but yeah, she ended up becoming too much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we moved on from there. So new champ at that weight. And Shevchenko's been champ for a long time, so maybe
Like
it'll be
fucking
refreshing.
7 years or some shit.
They're gonna rematch apparently.
Yeah, she
Which I
wants
feel like-
immediate revenge, not rematch. Those were her words.
I reckon Shevchenko will come out just like destroy this girl.
Oh, for sure. She's coming with a fucking point to prove.
100% she comes out next time, body kicks the fuck out of it because of the way the Grasso stands in that traditional boxing stance of like that. She's going to fucking smack her elbows and shit until she wants to move her arms, start hitting her body.
And then the head. We've seen a head kick people
Mhm.
try to set them up with body kicks. So yeah, I feel like that rematch goes the other way. Then she's just champ again.
Yep.
We went into Johnny B.
Fucking rematches that wouldn't go the other way. Holy shit.
I don't see. Yeah, to me it was exactly how I expected it to go. Maybe not so effortless.
The GOAT?
Meh.
Like, it was pretty impressive. The whole fight. Jones. The only bit of damage he took was a shot to the dick in like the first 10 seconds.
That's it. He literally took no damage other than that. And then just the most effortless looking fucking what kind of, it was a guillotine, wasn't it? The one that he got in with?
Yeah, I feel like it was. Yeah,
Yeah, like a sitting
Yeah.
guillotine.
yeah, because he was over like the top of him.
Just the laziness with which he got it in.
Just the way he got him down. He literally effortless.
Yeah, he like got him down and then let Gane like, I don't know, get back to his feet sort of, and like
Yeah,
made him feel, I don't know, I think he like gave Gane like that bit of confidence where, oh, this getting up shit's easy.
yeah.
And then Jones took him back down and like he wasn't thinking any form of defense. It was just, oh, I'll just get back to my feet again. And Jones just
Swooped on
just
in.
like swooped on it and like got the choke half in
Hmm.
and wasn't able to like sink it. So he just like pulled out, threw a couple of punches and then just like sunk it straight back in like effortlessly.
made it legit look effortless. Do we know what was like on his obviously tape? Why did he have to cut it off before the fight?
I'm not sure. He had like 2 toes taped together.
Yeah, was he
And-
notorious for having toe problems?
Well, I don't know if you can recall the actual fight and who he was versing, but I can remember years ago he had a fight and he fucking snapped his toe, and like in the post fight like interview in the cage, like his toes bleeding and the bones like hanging out the side of his toe and shit.
And he didn't even know. He's just going
Yeah.
about his interview, and he's like, "Oh my god, your toe looks brutal." Rogan said it.
Yeah,
He's
and then like
"What?"
he looks down, it's like, oh fuck, and then I have to get him like the stool and shit, and he sits
Yeah.
down in the cage.
Mm.
Like
Brutal.
I think it was that same foot.
Yeah,
So he had like the big toe and the one next to it like taped together.
which makes sense. You've probably heard it in training again.
Yeah, then I think off of that he had like another bit of tape, some more tape around like the center of his foot, which must have been like holding tension or whatever
Yeah,
on the tape on his toes when they've like tied it together.
Yeah,
And then when he's got to the cage, like, oh, you can't have that. And they cut, from what I understood, they cut the bit off around the middle of his foot,
yeah.
but then like cut the tape in between his toes or something too, I think. But why wouldn't they have just pulled that tape off if they'd cut that? I feel like they cut off the excess that was like attached to his toe and around the center of his foot. I feel like they got rid of that.
Yeah.
So
No, they
it was-
didn't.
So
There was still tape around the inside of his foot, which is to me is the thing that they would have like. That's what they would have been looking at.
yeah, well, it looked like on the coverage they cut off from like behind his toe to the middle of his foot and like took that bit that was wrapped around the center of his foot off. But then he still was left with tape on his toes.
Yeah,
Which
it
is
was
strange
fucking
because
strange.
you can wear, like, you see some kickboxers, they'll come out with their ankles wrapped. From,
Yeah.
like, ankle to the end of their foot, just completely wrapped. Like, Sean O'Malley does it.
Mm.
So I don't understand, like, why he couldn't do it. It was real weird to me. And even, like, he knows the rules. He knows where he can kind of go and have tape and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, they're like different rules in different
Yeah,
states as well.
Different
But
athletic commissions and that.
I feel like I heard Joe say on the coverage, like, this is like, but what he has is like perfectly legal, like there
Yeah.
in Nevada. Like, it made no sense why they were.
No, it made
Um,
no sense to me at all. Yeah, just as one-sided as the fight could possibly go. I didn't watch the interviews. You say something good happened in one of the interviews?
the interviews were amazing. Like just the whole sequence of it, man. Like he's standing there getting announced as the heavyweight champion, and he's going like he's standing there going like woo, and then does that like twice, and then he like turns, and you see the moment that him and Rogan like see each other, kind of thing, and it's like it's just this cool moment of like old friends like seeing each other and enjoying a moment, kind of shit. And Joe Full gives him a hug, and fucking what's the first thing that he says? Fuck, now I can't remember. I watched it like fucking 10 times yesterday, so I should remember. Yeah, it's fucking completely gone.
Gone?
Nah, it's gone.
Elevator music.
I know the last. I know the last thing that he said because that's like just gonna go down fucking forever. He just pulls the microphone back after Joe's about to fucking walk out of the interview, and he just goes, "Last thing, bah," and just
Yeah.
walks off. After he like praised Stipe and tells him to start training. Which I want to know what Stipe said when the camera went to him the first time. I don't know what he said. He mouthed something, but I swear he said something like "motherfucker."
Something like that. And then he was mouthing, like, bring it, bitch, or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. DP is fucking, he ain't playing no games, bro.
Steve-O's not
He'll
playing no
dance.
games, but
Yeah, I don't see him standing a chance.
I also
he doesn't have
haven't-
good ground game
I was
whatsoever.
just about to say, like, I've never seen Stipe on the ground.
Dana should not even worry about
not
paying Stipe for that fight. He should just send it directly to his funeral home of choice.
Give him.
Like,
I don't know.
Jones
I
is
love
just too
Stipe.
long. His arms are like, I was saying it to Ned on the way home on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching, the UFC had a video on Facebook of, like, all of Jones's, like, finishes and shit. And, like, I was just watching him, like, wrap cunts in guillotines and fucking whatnot and choke him out. And I was, like, looking at it like, how the fuck has he sunk that choke in?
Yeah.
Like, he has his arms just, like, on weird as fuck obscure angles and just, like, he's able to generate the torque that he needs
Yeah.
simply by, like, grabbing his hand or whatever and pulling it back towards him from some fucking weird-ass angle.
Oh, dude, it's nuts, eh?
Like, his arms are so long.
I legit think he just has that much power in his arm. Like
Yeah,
it's
he's strong. Like,
it's fucking like if you look at it, the choke that he sunk in against Cyril from the angle, it's like he just fucking literally forces his forearm under there with his body weight, then lifts it up and then just pushes the rest of his arm under so that his fucking chin's locked in under there. Like I said before, the only way to describe it is effortless.
yeah.
He made it look like a training video, if you get what I mean. Like somebody would be like, explain, and this is where you sink the choke in, and then this person will tap, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It legit looked like a fucking YouTube tutorial.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. It was,
Insane.
expected, like, he's, like, skill-wise, the best.
Yes.
The best. Like, you know, he's got the asterisk on his name.
I'm the same as you. I expected it to go that way. I just
easy.
I just think I expected more. Like more of a fight from Gane. Like,
Yeah.
I expected
He
a
wasn't-
round.
like,
Yeah.
but he wasn't, as I said to Ned, like, he wasn't throwing anything really, but that's because of Jones's ground game. Like, he
Yeah.
knew he couldn't fucking start to let his hands go because as soon as he did, Jones would grab him and take him to the ground.
Yeah,
like
which
he
is
did without him throwing his hand.
Well, Jones slipped so easy and just crapped him.
Yeah.
Took him down. Yeah. And
Which is
just
so
dominated.
crazy for a taller, bulkier man to just be able to go, do it.
Like
Yeah.
I've seen like a photo from the fight, and it's like Gane's gone to like kick or something with his right, and like Jones is down like on the ground grabbing him
Yeah.
like on the calf like that with his fist in Gane's face, like he's going to throw the kick or whatever, and he's just boom, and like the shots like that, like his fucking fist is on his chin and he's like grabbing down.
It just
Like
He's like one of the longest fighters, like with longest reaches in combat sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember on the first UFC game,
Yeah.
they brought out like had like Stefan Struve and all that on it
Yeah.
because he was like an active fighter, and like you move Jones to like heavyweight when you're just fucking around and shit. Like Struve was the only cunt that could match him for reach.
Yeah,
and, like
for reach.
he's like 7 foot.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's I feel like
He
Gane
has
might have
something like
been-
a 94-inch reach or something like that. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
But this weekend's
a big one.
massive for Australian boxing.
Huge.
Tim Tszuyu. What's even his nickname? The Soul Taker? Is that his nickname?
I don't even know. Does he have a nickname?
I feel like I've heard that bloke call him the Soul Taker, but
I feel like it's just that bloke.
but yeah, I feel like it's just Tim Tszuyu.
Yeah.
Like
Team Zoop 2, they call
Yeah,
it. So he's not
like-
trying to live in his dad's shadow, but like, I mean, you look exactly like him and you're a boxer. You're going to be in his shadow to some degree.
Yeah.
I think he's done enough in this country now to have stepped out of it.
Yeah.
The shit thing is for Nikita, he's in the shadow of both now.
Yeah.
in this country.
Yeah, but Nikita doesn't really look like them a great deal. He must look like more like his mum.
Yeah,
But Rocky made a good point the other day of like,
he don't do that much.
nah, he doesn't. Nah. Sorry, Rocky, you might. He feels like the trip over to the States might have got a bit in Tim's head. He's like, since he got back, he's like dressing all flashy. He's like letting it be known that he's got the money and shit like that. So he's like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's a good fight for him. I feel like he's gonna get a reality check.
But he's always come from that.
Yeah.
As well, so it's not like he's just come into money
Yeah.
either,
Yeah.
and like he's always been able to spend it. I suppose why not spend it when you're in the States?
Yeah, I don't see Tony. Oh fucking Tones Harrison, the man, the myth, the legend, filling in after Charlo broke his pussy.
Yeah.
What belt are they fighting for? Is it like
WBO interim title.
okay? I mean, whoever wins this fights Charlo. Essentially, that's what you got to imagine.
Yeah,
After he-
that's it. That's how that's gonna happen. Because
After he gets over his injury.
Tim was supposed to fight Charlo.
Yeah, well, like this is just a good deed from Tim really to fight Tony Harrison. He didn't have to. He could have just sat back and waited for Charlo's
Yeah.
hand because he was the next mandatory in line.
I mean, I see Zoo probably winning. I see him like, I don't know, smothering Kobe a bit.
Yeah.
Like as he does.
I'd put it at probably like a 60-40 fight. Like
For
Tim,
Tim.
yeah, I feel like Tim's like youth
Yeah.
and like determination to get to that.
He's a big boy as well. Like solid.
Yeah, like Harrison's a lot taller. Harrison's got
Yeah.
fucking a fair bit of height on Tim.
Just doesn't look as like solid. Like,
Yeah, no, he's pretty slim build.
yeah. Whereas like both Tim and Nikita are just like, look like fucking Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Got like shells on their backs.
Yeah, I can only imagine what he sits at home doing, Tim. There's like video of him talking about like when he was a kid
Yeah.
and like when Kostya was in his prime. He said he can remember sitting at like the dinner table and Kostya's just sitting there with a paint tin full of marbles punching it to condition his knuckles. Like
Yeah.
while they're eating dinner.
It's red hot, hey. Well, Nikita does that shit now.
Like
So you can imagine Tim does as well.
yeah, like the shit that like a Russian training that they fucking like imagine what Kostya's instilled in them.
Speaking of Russia, shout out Dad.
Like-
Miss you.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Well, they're just like both. Well, Nikita stepped away from it
Yeah, to
to study, but he's not part of what we're talking about today. So Tim's just had like something to do with boxing since he was like a kid.
Yeah, I can remember watching boxing like when I was like a kid with my dad.
Yeah.
Like Kostya winning world titles and like him being in the ring,
Yeah.
like on them nights where he's winning belts.
Yeah.
Boxing and shit. He's like forward as fuck.
Man, like holding his belts like in the ring and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's
he's-
not like a Tommy Fury situation either where he's like, oh, I took a break and went on Love Island. Like Tim's just been boxing since he's probably walking, you can imagine.
yeah, and he's been on the biggest stages in this country as well. So the
Yeah.
lights and shit ain't gonna phase him.
Not here. Like maybe they affected him a bit over in the States when he got kind of like that flash knockdown by a Cachet,
Yeah.
Bobby Cachet. But like after that, he kind of settled in. You can tell he like woke up and was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then
this
just done what he does and just pushed pressure and kind of like suffocated that guy.
mate, this fight he's gonna have to use his brain a lot more, Tim.
Yeah, he's got to come out switched on too.
Yeah, like Harrison's good. If it was a couple of years ago, I'd probably have Harrison beating him. Like even if
youth plays into it.
yeah, even if Tim was like how he is now, I just see Harrison's like boxing ability to be too much.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I
that
feel
too,
like
mate.
he hasn't been fighting the best opposition, Harrison, since he lost to Charlo. I don't think because he beat Charlo, rematched Charlo, got beat by Charlo,
Yeah.
and then Charlo's never given him another rematch.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like that says something as well. Like
Yeah.
Charlo didn't want to do another one in case he got beat again.
yeah, it definitely says something about like his skill.
Yeah,
And, like,
so I feel like it's gonna be a good fight.
yeah, in my head, I had it probably like 60-40 as well for Zoo. But you know,
No, I agree. Yeah,
But-
it's he probably just edges it because of the way that he actually
He comes forward
comes forward and just throws with intention.
and sits down on every shot.
And the body work.
yeah,
The
I mean,
body work from both the zoos is extremely important.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
skill
gonna
and
probably
factor
go
in a
like
lot of
a
their fights.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go like a late stoppage, I reckon.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe like 10th.
Yeah, Harrison being taller as well,
He's
going to be
gonna-
able to rip that body a fair bit. I feel.
yeah, he's gonna be digging into that shit,
Yeah,
no doubt. So I feel like I'm probably giving like Tim like 10th round,
Mhm.
probably by body shot.
yeah. It'll be late or it'll go the distance. I don't see it finishing early.
Yeah.
Nah. Unless Tim comes out and just gets fucking cracked by a big shot early.
Yeah,
I don't know. Something. Yeah, he just didn't seem warmed up or switched on when he first got cracked by that shot in his last fight.
Yeah,
And he kind of
yeah.
turned on and was like, all right.
yeah. You can't afford to be lazy in this fight.
Nah, yeah, you'll get pieced up a bit, eh?
Yeah, I feel like Harrison will tag him with a few.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. UFC fight night this weekend.
There is.
Beauty Yarn. Plus, he's the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't look at who he was fighting. Earlier on in the night, boys, we have Mario, the animal Batista.
Making the
Exciting
switch.
fight. He's made the switch over to. I never knew his name was Mario.
It's Dave.
I think that's just his wrestling name, bro. Just Dave Batista's his wrestling name. Maybe he's
Mario.
acting.
That
name
would
Mike.
actually make sense.
His real name's Mario. Me.
Batista.
Yeah.
He just jacked the spark.
Yeah. So we got.
Ric Flair can play Luigi.
You got to have evolution there.
Let's woo.
What do you reckon he comes out to, Batista? Do you reckon he comes out to his like doo 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 song? Or do you reckon like he just picks like a different song?
Just stops halfway on his walk.
Yeah, you
Fireworks
got
go
pyro and
off.
shit.
Can we talk about something for a second? Completely off topic, but not completely
mean,
off topic.
We can do that.
Yeah,
We've been
sure,
known to do that.
we're
mate, I
fucking
feel.
known
Yeah,
for it.
best skill.
Who's the guy that won the Brandon Figueroa? No, Yair Rodriguez.
What did he win?
Yair Rodriguez.
I don't know what he won.
Yeah,
He won
the
the interim 145 belt.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
His nickname is El Pantera.
Yeah, big heavy metal fan.
There's a Pantera song called Walk.
I was thought you were about to say
How-
there's a Pantera song called Rodriguez. I was gonna say, that
Big-
shit's crazy.
Yeah, wild, eh?
How big of an opportunity do you need staring at you in the face?
I mean, yeah, right there.
Is literally right there.
It's nearly slapping him. It's that close.
And just, who's marketing this shit? No, we'll just make him come out to some Mexican guitar. No, make him come out to Pantera and blow the roof off the fucking stadium.
Yeah, there's no
I don't even care if you don't know that song. You hear that fucking opening riff and you just want to punch the person next to you.
I'm pretty sure with a last name like that, you've got to know the band.
It's not his last name. It's his
Or
nickname.
Yeah, you've got to be a big fan.
You would imagine, but it means something different in Spanish. I'm not sure exactly what it means, but
Does that matter though?
it shouldn't.
Exactly. Not with a nickname like that.
Considering anybody would hear it the first time and go like, oh, you must really like Pantera. Not, oh, that must be a Spanish word for something.
Any news on what El Camarón means in Spanish?
No.
I really want to know. I hope it's something fucking dope. Like,
Cameron or something.
We'll figure that out and we'll get back.
yeah, it's just like Sir Cameron. You're like,
The Cameron.
just the Cameron. Yeah, Batista he's fought MMA before, not in the UFC, so it's his UFC debut.
Yeah.
Mario Batista. I'm pretty fired up to see what he walks out to. Are we going to have Pyro? What's he going to do after the spine buster? I know it's like a good effective move in WWE. And you can land your spine buster. You can go like swing on the ropes. Is he going to go climb the cage? Maybe swing the top of the cage? I don't know. He's a big dude. Maybe he just rips half a wall of the cage off. I hope he doesn't though. I hope he doesn't, because coming up after Mario Batista and Ed, boom, we have Carl Williams making a return from the dead. Former underbelly,
Back from the dead, out of jail.
he died in jail. He fucking
Shipped him out.
They shipped him off. You know, obviously used some type of gypsy voodoo to bring him back to life. And now, what?
I said timestamp that one.
It's a bad.
I don't think we could say gypsy anymore.
Why? Fury is the
not?
Gypsy King.
Yeah, I got to say it every time.
They're allowed to say it. It's
Okay.
technically, it's so
They're not
fuck-
a race, Ned. They're just a group of people.
Yeah, but that's the fuck thing. That's the fuck thing. They can say it about themselves, but like no one else is allowed to refer to them as that. But that's how they refer to themselves.
Fucking slippery gypsies.
I mean, I nearly dropped an N-bomb just to try explain, like, is it like the same situation as like,
No, because
like,
that name.
are the gypsies going to fuck us up if we say it, or is people just going to frown upon it? Because I've said way
I'm not
worse shit than
sure, but I
gypsy.
believe it's a little bit different in the sense that that name was, you know, given to them and they took it and empowered it, as opposed to the gypsies just called themselves that and then went, you can't call us that.
Well, what
It's
the
like,
fuck
but-
we meant to call them?
Exactly.
You fucking gypsies.
Travelers.
Well,
You don't
that's-
travel anywhere, cunt. You stay somewhere in a fucking caravan park and fucking bare knuckle fight each other. You
if you were American, you should be fucking trailer trash.
fuck you think you have money for travel. You only live in one small fucking area of England. We're travelers. We travel around in a fucking circle.
That's like, I can't call it.
Travel to the shop.
So we call Tyson Fury the traveling king.
The travel king.
Is that what
Well, that's
we're
not true because he doesn't fucking go anywhere.
Huh.
Start calling him fucking flight center.
I can't say gypsy.
I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
it. I'm
Yeah,
fucking
same.
saying it.
Yeah, fuck it. We're leaving it in.
I think you're.
Gypsy.
I think we've already said it like 50 times, so I'm not doing this much editing.
I think you're allowed to.
Traveling. You fucking slippery gypsies.
You got it.
What?
Did you get it?
Did I get what? It's too hot today, man.
What day is it again?
So Carl Williams coming back from the dead. I'm surprised to see him make a return from the dead, let alone his debut at the same time into
Carl
the
Williams
UFC.
loses by OD.
I mean, I feel like Carl's going to do all right in there as long as he doesn't have like an exercise bike.
I was about to say, like, as long as they don't have any in like the warm up area, he's not going to have any like PTSD, and he'll be all right.
You reckon Roberta's going to make it though? Make it to the show? Hope so.
Fucking get him, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to be the coach. She's got to be the coach.
He's the hype man.
Yeah, the one that slaps him before he goes in and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Who else we got?
Who said that?
Who did say that?
What you said?
You said that?
Well, something said.
Yeah.
Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, Nurmagomedov said something crazy through the
He
week.
said something wild.
The Megamedov said what?
Who said?
You
No,
said?
that's what he said.
I didn't said that.
He said Nurmagomedov.
I believe he said.
Yeah, Nurmagomedov.
Megamedov.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I didn't said anything.
I didn't say that.
Do you reckon he's like a cousin? Or like a
They all
relative of
look
some sort.
exactly the fucking same.
And they all have like the same name.
They have that shitty fucking push broom fucking beard sticking off the bottom of their
Why don't they
faces.
shave their moustaches but keep the rest of their beard?
Then maybe they're just
Crap.
big Abraham Lincoln fans.
Maybe.
Can't get enough.
Of what?
What they said.
Who said?
Someone just said it once. Just gotta shave the mustache off.
I feel like they said
Everyone
it.
was like, that guy said it.
You reckon this guy said it?
They probably said it a lot.
Said it?
Yeah, a lot, I reckon.
A motherfucker. Sick of him. Sick of the things he's pulling. I honestly don't know much about this card. I
We
had to
didn't
flick
plan
through-
any of this.
No.
I think that's about all that needs to be said.
Oh, I don't think anything needs to be said other
Probably a
than
little more than needs to be said.
what we said. What else needs to be said?
Maybe a little more about said.
Oh, I don't know much about him. To be fair,
But you said.
I said a lot of things.
I said nothing.
Yeah, well, they're all real people that are fighting.
Speaking of what was said earlier, though, Griff,
What was said earlier?
there was going to be a Stand My Bernie.
It was.
And
It was.
you said a little bit about it.
I did
I
before.
feel like now is the time to go in.
Before we roll into that though, we're on socials. We're everywhere. If you just search Eggplant Tornado Podcast, you'll find us. And once you find us, just do what you feel necessary to help us, help you enjoy yourselves.
That's what he said.
Who said?
You said. Just now.
Did I said that?
I don't know. I said nothing, but
Stay entirely over there.
speaking of what was said,
But there was some things that were said. And
Definitely
they-
not out of Valentina Shevchenko's mouth.
No. Well,
and there was some things said by Griff about Valentina herself.
I mean, big fan up until Sunday there.
4 minutes and 33 seconds of the fourth round. I was just to be precise.
Big fan. So I had Ian Gary by knockout.
Mhm.
Yeah, in the second or third.
Yeah, KO, TKO, I think that one was.
I had Shevchenko, TKO in the first three, which I was like, yeah, she's fucking nearly got her in this crucifix here.
Boys are on.
We're on. And then I had Johnny Bones by sub. Paying real fucking well. Valentina just came up short. I'm just going to put it politely because, like, outside of what happened, like, because she's going to fight again in a couple months, I'm going to be like, just riding a dick the whole time. You reckon she's got a dick?
I don't know.
Not after the weekend.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she's transitioning.
No, Grasso was transitioning.
She was to her back real quick. Fucking hell. Yeah, I mean, she kind of raw dog 2 multis, so I feel a bit.
Who? What was the second one?
I had like a couple of games of footy,
Ah.
couple of fights throughout it. It wasn't as good as that one.
Yeah.
But it was nonetheless. She took it. Fucked it.
Raw dog.
Raw dogs.
Absolutely shanked.
There's not much I can say other than, like, you just took food out of my family's mouth. Like, my kids just can't eat now.
Kids are eating noodles for the week.
If
Oh.
they're lucky.
That's fucked.
If they're lucky, like, I gotta eat first.
So how much does she owe you?
Water
Griff?
sandwiches.
Like, we can just put it, call it okay, and we'll be fine.
Alright, well, let her off.
Yeah, let her off. She can just, if she just transfers me like $20 and a wristy, we'll call it even.
It'd be the most vigorous wristy you ever fucking
I'm
got.
gonna ask. Oh, I wish I clicked to that play faster. Yeah, I can imagine it's gonna go a little like that. We might ask you to just moisturize your hands for the next couple of weeks.
Oh my god.
What else do we need from it, boys? With me, you boys can get one. I don't know. You can't.
What do we get? Wristy.
You're not
Vigorous
getting
wristy.
I'm not getting one of them.
You can get them whenever you want.
At all.
How?
You can hit her up.
Valentina.
Yeah.
Got her on speed dial.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't fucking know.
Oh my god.
It's warm in here. It's moist. It's one thing.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. We should get out of here.
Warm and sweaty.
You can find us on all them places I mentioned earlier, and you can do the things that I asked you to do, like
On them things.
Yeah,
You
on
definitely said that.
on the said things. Yeah. But if you can just do that, get behind us, it'll be mucho appreciato. Don't get your dicks in the twist, tradies and women. Bye.
Italiano, just curious.